The reign of support nukes continues. Let's just jump into this for the Bunny Engage series here. And first up, we have Fram. I always love the Bunny Heroes, but they seem to have done a better job with the sprites now with the floppy ears. I think that's just fantastic. Here we go though, Hippity Hoppity Axe. So we've got Slaying, we've got Omni +4, and reduces damage from foes attack by X%. And that is if HP is at 100%, then that is the HP of the unit max 60. If HP is not at 100%, then you get a 50% reduction. And that's to allies within 2 spaces of unit during their combat. And also, if the damage reduction effect of the skill is triggered, deals 1 damage to unit after combat. So the thing here you want to look at, especially with the rest of this, at start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, restore 7 HP to unit and allies within 2 spaces of the unit. This is basically going to happen once per rounds of combat. So if a turn you have a whole bunch of units coming in and obliterating you, that first one that hits you is going to get this damage reduction applied to that combat. The reason this is good is the strongest unit always attacks first. So that'll be a nice extra damage reduction that you get tacked on. And keep in mind, after that first one, you get, so let's say you get 60 on the first one. After that, you still get the 50%, just not at the higher level. Next, if unit is within 3 spaces of an ally, grants Omni +Y to unit. Y equals number of allies within 3 spaces of unit times 3 plus 5. Max 14. Then we have Mira, and I mean, everybody loves Mira. So we get a Tome Flyer, which kind of makes sense with what she does. She gets some interesting things. The first best thing though is that she's dancing Spring Sharena, which, you know, best spring unit ever made. And Spring Sharena retreats, which is generally what you have to do with Spring Sharena. So we've got Daydream Egg, grants res +3 off the bat, and if penalty is active on any foes within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit, inflicts attack defense -5 and special cooldown charge -1 per attack. So you're getting guard, you're getting debuffs. At start of combat, if foe's HP is greater than or equal to 75%, or if penalty is active on foe, grants attack defense res +5 to unit and reduces damage from foes' attacks by 20% of units' res. That is flat DR right there, which is very good and will help keep this unit alive. The problem is this is a ranged dancer, and those have a habit of getting sniped pretty easily, and you can't use Gale Force on them, so it's harder to use them on offense. It means that this unit has a little bit of a hard time finding a home. But these are good effects, like Spring's Dream, granting attack +6 and bonus doubler to target allies and allies within 2 spaces, and then it inflicts attack -6 and panic on nearest foes within 5 spaces of target, and any foe within 2 spaces of those. So you can see this unit jumping in front, dancing, and then debuffing an entire defense, which is nice. The bonus doubler and buffing their team is going to be the bigger deal though. It's also nice to get Mystic Boost 3. I know this isn't in the pool, but it's still on a demote. I'm still a fan of Mystic Boost 4. I think it's good. If not great, it's still usable, and it's nice to have some fodder to be able to get that easier on other units. Then you have Attack Res Rain 3. All right, we had some interesting pieces before, but we know exactly what this unit is. Like, this is the support nuke that we have come to grow and love with Chloe and Cordelia. So, I mean, right off the bat, you're seeing charge and the damage reduction of first attack in those little boxes. Skyhopper Egg enables Canto 1 Slaying. At start of turn, if unit's HP is greater than 25%, grants attack speed +6 charge, and that first attack damage reduction of 40% to unit and allies within 2 spaces of unit, and allies in a support partner pair on a player's team. That is so many P's. That is really good and opens up charge to a whole lot of different units, including calves and infantry. There are a lot of fun things you can do with this unit and with that. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25%, grants Omni +5 to unit, an additional bonus to unit's attack and speed equals number of allies granted charge, excluding unit, times 4, max 8. So that's good. I mean, you got a attack speed plus 13 there essentially, and deals damage equals 20% of unit speed, and reduces the percentage of foes non-special reduced damage by X% by 50%. So you've got piercing, you've got true damage, which hurts that isn't included in area of effect specials. That would have been really, really fun, but we'll get to why in just a second. Supporting a team like that, giving out this many effects, is something we've seen more and more. I still want to see how this unit behaves as a nuke. I expect that they are respectable and can hold their own. I wish they were a little more, but we've just seen so many amazing nukes that can also support. It holds this unit back just a little bit, but I could be wrong. We could get this unit out there and they could just be absolutely amazing, particularly with AoEs. We'll get to that in a second. Remote Sparrow. If unit initiates combat, you get attack speed plus 7. You guys know Remote Sparrow. Occultist Strike is amazing. Burn damage is phenomenal, and this has quickly become any nuke's absolute favorite B skill. Speed Res Crux is new, and I don't know how I feel about this just yet. My first inclination is meh. Inflicts speed res -4 on foes within 3 rows and 3 columns centered on unit. So that is an interesting swath. It definitely comes into play in Aether Raids, not Summoner Duels, and can come into play turn 2 on Arena, but most of the time in Arena you're catty corner. But the real big thing here is that foes suffer guaranteed follow-up attacks during combat. That is okay, but we have a lot of null follow-up. That's going to be a little bit of a problem, but it still is interesting. I've seen this come more into play into Gale Force situations than anywhere else, but Gale Force is kind of a niche thing. Like, I'm very much enjoying it. It's not a thing that everyone uses though. So I'm gonna have to see this a little more in action. Okay, we're gonna talk about the harmonic skill here, and the fact that his harmonic skill hurts it a little bit, but I mean, it's not a bad set of units to be able to put this on. So grants special cooldown count -2 to units and allies from the same title as unit, and resonant blades, and incited to unit and allies from the same title as unit. The combination of resonant blades and resonant shields doesn't really help nukes, and that's really what this unit is designed to do, like help nukes do nuking, and incited definitely does that with additional stats across the board. I like this. This is very good. I'm not just jumping off the walls. We have so many ways to get special cooldown right now that we're starting to we're starting to reach saturation there. This is still very good, and this is why I think this unit would be a really fun AoE unit. All you have to do is either get some sort of cooldown support on them or just have the Marth Ring on them. That will get them there immediately. I think that's probably going to be this unit's best use case, but let's get over to the rankings. For Fram, I'm putting her as a support hero, and I don't have her that high just because piercing is so prevalent in the meta. I love the healing. I prefer it if it was after every combat like we've seen with Legendary Guinevere and of course Celine, but ultimately, I'm not just super excited about this. We've seen drive damage reduction happen before. The problem is we're reaching saturation. Because it's multiplicative, it isn't helping as much as it once was. Although if you wanted to just leave off an Omni-Tank's B skill, get rid of the close call and all that altogether and put in something like physical no follow-up, that is something that you can start trying to do, and this unit would facilitate that. But the state of Omni-Tanks right now means I don't think she holds as much value. I still think there's a lot of places you can use her if this is your favorite though. Okay, I completely gutted the melee nuke tier list. I heard you guys. I was trying to do a couple different things with it. I went back to The Sims and just redid this thing altogether. So, tier 2 is where I have Sylvain. I think he's gonna have the same nuking power as Edelgard and Alencia. Understand that does not mean this unit is on the level of those two. Those two do a lot of different things. Edelgard in the Gale Force realm, and I mean, Alencia has a lot of support as well. As a pure nuke, though, I have him as tier 2. I do have him above Dimitri, but Dimitri also has Vantage, and I like a lot of the stuff that Dimitri has going on in general. Ultimately, this unit is a good unit in a sea of other good units, but I do think you're going to be able to find a place for him as opposed to his rally refreshers that you've seen in the past that were Lance Cavs. Oof, this one kind of hurts my feelings. I like Mirabilis a lot, but I can't put her above tier 3. I was trying to put her higher. She's a dancer and I love dancers, but we have a lot of very, very good dancers right now, and I don't think she ranks up there. I don't think you're going to be able to use this unit in arena. I don't know where to put this unit. That's really what that is. I don't think she's tier 4. I think she's still a very usable unit, and tier 4, it gets into the more generic mode, but I'm having problems telling you guys to jump out and get this unit unless she's your favorite. Okay, I'm giving Chloe the benefit of the doubt here. There is a real competition that's going to be between Hinoka and Chloe as to which is the better charge unit. Chloe gives charge to more units than Hinoka does. I do think Hinoka is a better nuke though. So you kind of go back and forth there. I just think that there are going to be more uses, and the fact that she's blessable, I gave her the edge here. But it is very possible that you come back and see this later and I've got them flopped back. If you're interested in the meta more, I've got a whole meta report that I released about 2 weeks ago on what's going on and how things are kind of panning out. I'd love it if you go check that out. Members, you are absolutely amazing, even when you change my name to Pivot Master 2. Take care and schedule an appointment with your FEHologist real soon.